I really think that SIOS breaks the mold that other bands set and unfortunately follow. They're a conceptual band, which is really great in my eyes, and that's why I'm so interested in them, and that's my honest opinion.
I think they have a lot of passion in what they do, and their music's really good.
I didn't even think about listening to this type of music, but after listening to the first take, and then the second take, and then the third take, I totally got hooked.
The band has a lot of like unique music, like it has a lot of variety. It's no song sound the same like how a lot of other bands I see nowadays. So yeah, that's a good thing that I like about it.
Band's awesome. Everything just sounds good. I mean, when you go to a show, you definitely get more than what you pay for the ticket. And it's just something I would catch myself listening to time after time.
Thought they had a lot of fun what they were doing and had a lot of potential, like to make it to the top. And musically, it's just music's amazing.
Well, the music out there today sucks. SIOS does not suck.
Dear fans, friends, loved ones, etc. It is day one of recording Halcyon Failure, and as you can see, we've already been kicked out of the studio. So,
People having sex?
yes. This might prolong the making of our album, but fuck it, we're gonna go record anyway.
The tracking room, the live room.
Good morning.
Mr. Kevin right there.
Good morning.
Tuning up my kid a little bit.
These things sound great, man.
Thank you.
I don't think I haven't used these heads in a while.
Oh, the pinstripes?
Yeah, I've used I've used pinstripes, actually that's why I used Portnoy. But I didn't use Ebony's, so interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
Alright, so let's go to the control room.
That kid sounds fucking nasty.
Yo, it sounds pretty. Oh.
Whoa.
The control room in all its glory.
I actually designed this room. Everything in here I created. These controls I actually put together when I was about 9 years old.
So song number 1, Duo Vigilams Finem, or Finem, however you want to pronounce it. That one I had to record the piano at my house because we were kind of running out of time in the studio. We had 3 weeks to track everything and also mix it, but that's a different story. But anyways, we wound up using whatever I recorded in my house in Pro Tools and imported it to Kevin's system. And so what you hear on the album, he just, I guess, beefed it up, and that's what it sounds like now.
A Glimpse of Luck was a little difficult for me at first because the beginning section is always kind of tough timing wise. But you know, we spent a little time on it. Actually, I think we spent the whole day, right? Like doing that song for me. I spent the entire first day tracking that song, you know, getting my drums together.
Cool, so I got everything except for the crescendo, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Bass-wise, was pretty straightforward. Just that little harmonic part right before that outro was it's been interesting.
for guitar, that was the first song we did, or we attacked, while tracking guitars. And I guess for me it was the hardest, because getting into that groove of what was to come, recording wise, yeah, it kicked my ass, especially that diminished run in the beginning. So. Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna try something else, ready?
Probably was the part we spent the most time on, getting it to land right, and things we worked out in the basement, practicing and adjusting in the moment, having to almost write new parts to certain things, and on top of being on a deadline, so there was a bit of pressure, and it was a cool experience.
Take it away, Charmer Boy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Karmatic, actually, Chris was actually a little bit iffy about it being on the album, but, you know, all in all, the song came out great. You know, I'm pretty proud of it. You know, the drum fill-y, solo-ish type thing towards the end, where the whole breakdown happens, came out real nice. You know, I couldn't have asked Kevin to do a better job on it.
Bass-wise, it's one of my favorites in the album, I think, because it's extremely groovy and also very melodic on bass. So I had a lot of fun doing that one, especially the little bass and guitar battle that goes on later.
Yeah. After
the softer section, but and vocally it was also a nice. It's also an interesting character to get into, because he almost got like a serial killer thing kind of going on.
To light the spark, to reach the truth, threaten me with foolishness. Tired and naive, you dare think of me. Did you think that I would stay, taken aback by your disease? I gave you life and I made you see, and in return with the knife you made me bleed.
Z has always been a really unique song for me. You know, even when they first showed it to me, you know, the whole jazzy feel to it is awesome. Kevin threw in all these great ideas to really beef up the song, like Chris said. And, I mean, it's evolved into something, you know, better than we expected.
I love Z. It's extremely funky, and it's very riffy, and I love playing that song on bass.
Vocally, it's one of my favorites because it has so many harmonies. It reminds me of that Motown doo-wop kind of feel. So yeah, that's what I think.
Fireflies was more or less somewhat of an easy song to track. You know, the structure is a little bit simpler than most of our other songs, but again, you know, it was a lot of fun. I can't remember if we were really stressed out that day or if it was a different day, but I'm pretty sure that song was pretty quick, right?
I think we were stressed out every day.
Yeah, I mean, every day, but that song went by pretty quick. I mean, for me on drums, you know, also, you know, it's just the basic tom beats and hi-hat and snare and all that, but it came out nice.
I'd always liked the song. It was, like, you know, Gabe and Chris and Phil said, it was one of our more simpler songs, but it now, to me, has so much more body that if fits right in with everything else that's going on, and it's very dark. And I think we got to use, was it an EBO? Was it on this one?
Do we use EBO?
For like this feedback in the beginning.
Oh yeah, it might have been for the intro.
Right. Yeah, it was really cool. So yeah.
Lost in Wonderland. What?
Yes.
This is definitely by far one of my favorite songs, one of my personal favorite songs, you know, off the album. To listen to and to play, I can't even describe, you know, the way Lost came out. I would have never imagined in a million years it would come out this well. Song in general is awesome. You know, the breakdown at the end, I can't stress this enough, came out, you know, awesome. I mean, Chris's guitar solo, you know, blows my mind every time I hear that part.
Come on, Nate, for the moo song. Look at her nipple, look at her nipple. Oh, oh.
Alright, let's try it now.
I want to see
One thing
it.
that bothers me is that Christian Bale's mouth is like after every sentence he keeps his mouth open with his tongue out for like 8 years. Like he'll be like, you want some of this
It's really musical.
That sounds awesome.
Alright, this is brought to you live by Thug Life Entertainment. The rap battle with the philanthropist against the christener.
Are you ready?
Bring it on, homie.
AGS Appliances, Stock, Concrete, Green Cheese, Toyota, SUG27, Warning, Warning, Waiting, Kevin Antreassian, Backroom Studios, Reading, Carpentry, Books, PJs, Bandanas, Tostitos,
Oh, damn. What are you gonna do about that?
Yo, alright. Drop the beat, yo.
Alright, look.
Philly cheesesteak. We're taking a break. We're at Backroom Studio. We want a steak, cause we hungry as hell. We want a steak for breakfast. Hungry as hell. And Denny's IHOP pancakes.
Oh!
Pancakes, bitch. Yo,
with the
Yo.
comeback. How do you feel to be the winner of this?
Well, you know, word out to my homie people out in, you know, the Brick City, because the Brick City know how to do it, because the Brick City be in there all day, because it's made out of bricks and you cannot tear us down. So, yo, my homie here, Philip, you know, Philly cheesesteak, he tried his best, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, it's what's up. It's just what happens, you know, and it's the power, and I got it.
You heard it. You heard it.
That's how I feel
The
about
Chris Center just has it. That's it. That's all it takes.
Oh my god.
Hot 97.
Did you lick it? Could you?
I'm gonna sign it.
I'd rather you lick it.
Oh. I want to take a dump on it. That satisfying you?
Alright. After you lick it.
Yeah, after I lick it, I'll take a dump on it. Ready for this? This is what I do for fans.
Lick that stick.
This is how much I love you guys. I have no shame. This is for all you listening to us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Nice and salty, just the way I like it.
Oh my god. Remember that night?
Is there anything you need to tell the camera, Kevin?
No.
Oh, now he's denying.
Yeah. Yo, what's up? I'm Kevin Antreassian. This is my studio. Got my Dunkin' Donuts sandwich here. Just eat it. Kobe into the trash can like every single time I'm done with it. I got famous people walk in here all the time, but it's no big deal because like I'm totally used to it. Oh, you know that take? Even though it's perfect, can you do it again? Oh, dude, you should totally look up this video on YouTube. Hello? Oh, I totally hate this guy. Oh, dude, is it cold in here? Or, like, is it just me and my flip-flops? Turn that click all the way up. You're not turning the click up. Turn that click up. Oh, you can't hear me. I'm an idiot. Oh, are you guys going to Subway? Can I get a Subway melt? Just throw like a crazy harmony I've never even heard possible in there. Sometimes like my girlfriend will like take all the red Skittles out for me. She doesn't do that anymore though.
Oh, there he is. What are you doing now? Doing some shit on board, huh? Testing the ones and twos? I see. Mike Checker?
There he is, the man himself.
So I'm a trainer.
Yeah, Forever Chain.
AKA something else.
Yeah, well.
The track after Lost in Wonderland.
Yeah, the next time we talk about it, it won't be called this, but it evolved into something I don't think any of us saw coming, but I mean, I love the way it came out.
Vocally, it was a bunch of harmonies in the chorus. That was a lot of fun to do, and yeah, it was a nice. I like the character I was able to get with that. It was a bit sweet of a tone that I got, and it was fun.
If you hear the song, there's a harmony in the back where Phil's literally like belting it out, and it just, I mean, you could hear him like screaming his head off, but it came out so nice.
Yeah, in the chorus.
Yeah, in the chorus.
Just like that, folks. Just like that.
It was one of the more simpler songs on the album, but you know, I feel so really rocking, just a straight up rock groove. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, there was a really cool effect that Kevin put on April's guitar in the verse that gave this like Legend of Zelda kind of thing going on in the background. It was awesome.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
They gave the song a totally different vibe, and that was also another great discovery on Kevin's part. This is one of our older songs that it was one of the first bass lines I wrote when I came into a band with these two right here, and the verse bass line was something I've always loved, and it's that bass line stood the test of time for me. I really like that one. Vocal-wise, we had to rewrite an entire chorus in about 2 minutes, and me and this guy got that done.
We were sitting in the studio, and I was stressing because that day all the vocal stuff was not I guess, coming out as
smoothly,
as smooth and as great as I thought or heard it in my head. And so when we got to the chorus, we were like, shit, we need to rewrite this. So I was like, give me 5 minutes. I went into the other room with Phil, and I told Phil, you know, sing something, sing a harmony or a melody. And he sung it right there, and I was like, I added the words, and in less than 5 minutes we came back, and one of my favorite choruses on this album, by far. In terms of guitar, the ending solos between me and April, we have this dueling thing going on, and it's like very reminiscent of Rage Against the Machine and Welcome Home, and
this is definitely one of my, I can't say I have a favorite, but this is one of those songs that's definitely up there for me. It's tied for one among many others, and I have no complaints about it whatsoever.
Heaven. Oh man. Heaven has
one of the hardest drum songs you could ever find.
Totally, like, I think we spent like 8 weeks on that. I mean,
because it has a total of 2 parts in it.
No, but no, Heaven came out great. We added an ending section to it, which I think we came up with in like a day before we were supposed to go into the studio.
For all the people who heard the demo version of the song, complained it was too short, you're welcome.
Yeah, we definitely.
You're welcome.
It's definitely, we added that, you know, that whole end section.
It was like the day before.
Yeah, it was very spontaneous.
It's like,
but
all right, guys,
it came out well though. I mean, you know, I didn't know if the song needed something else, but you know, now that I hear it, it's real cool. This is me tracking Inside the Tides. Alright, we're ready. Hold on, let me. Square root of 8 divided by 2 times pi, 18 pineapples. Alright, we're good. Inside was a lot of fun for me because while we were practicing the song or rehearsing it, you know, getting ready to play it to record it in the studio, Phil came up with the idea to give me a drum solo at the end of the song, which was awesome. So I thank him for that.
On bass, it's very staccato-y kind of song. It's got a robotic feel to it on bass for me. Vocally, that chorus is just too epic for me to handle. It's for me, it's our most anthemic chorus, I think.
Yeah, the chorus came out awesome too.
That was a lot of fun for me.
It was very easy to record the guitars on that one, surprisingly, like April said. We went like what, an hour maybe?
Yeah.
An hour took us compared to like 4 days for guitars and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it's an awesome song, one of my favorites on the album, definitely.
You know, has always been a real cool, like, has always had this Latin, you know, fusion element to it, where the song starts off with, you know, the simple clave beat, and then, you know, we always all have had the idea of adding, you know, congas or some kind of Latin percussion to it. And so
as a bass player, you hate playing roots after a while. So I had an epiphany one day, and I thought, what if I play 7th chords? And I'm playing 7th chords in the chorus, and that was very fun. And Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple song on bass for me, but it's a lot of fun for me to play.
Yeah, I mean, this was the first song that I wrote for the band SIOS.
That's true.
So it's been on quite a journey, and it came out awesome. Guitar solo at the end has this Egyptian Latin kind of sound to it. So another favorite, definitely.
Halcyon Failure 1,
Man.
Where the Change Grows.
Halcyon Failure 1, actually the lyrics were written by this guy right here, and
like every other song in the album.
Yeah, but I mean, these lyrics of all the songs, vocally it has to be one of my favorite songs.
Of course, this poor boy approaches, makes no choice but moves forward, keeps us in motion. His love and devotion for our truths and fortunes makes him our only hope for keeping this course lit. And so it goes, of course. My right hand is broken, it grew a mouth and walks, carries itself outspoken. Its love and devotion has given up hope, and there's no wishing left when its fate has been chosen.
Yeah, I almost cried. When we were doing...
Me and him both almost cried.
Yeah, the choir parts. You'll hear why.
Yeah, it was the first song we did vocally, so I was a little worried going into it because I've never heard myself singing on a recording. So to go into that and do Halcyon 1 first and hear that choir, it gave me a lot of reassurance and also a lot of... it gave me like a lot of hope for what the vocals were gonna be like for the rest of the album.
This is the point where we got a good friend of ours, Ariana, which was actually... a former singer in one of our previous bands. She came in and she did some guest vocals in the choir sections.
Day by day we climb. Make your way, it's time.
That sounds so sick.
Pulled me into this song more than anything is just how simple it is, but how massive it is and how worldly all the layers and what they created, and just their change from that roughness, but then to the chorus, it's just like this instant switch to just another planet.
And the song for me almost kind of reminds me of like In Keeping Secrets, like by Coheed, but I mean, just because it has that warlike feel to it, like it's so powerful, and the chants and the whole choir thing. Yeah, it's real.
It's very big.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't describe it any better than that, but just listen to it and you'll see.
Halcyon Failure 2, Confusion of Certainty.
Halcyon Failure 2 definitely is one of my favorite songs to play. Of all our songs, the towards the end of the song, there's almost throughout the whole thing, but more towards the end, there's a sort of triplet feel that's going on the drums the whole time, and exactly, and exactly, it has a very the trooper like feel, but it's, I don't know, it's so powerful. I always get really into that song.
The verse of this song gives me for some reason this like frolicking and metal kind of vibe, and it's I love the switch between the verse and the chorus, because it goes from this frolicking in the metal thing to this jumping off a building insanity thing with like the off key chord.
I was like, it's kind of like a Coheed kind of thing. When you first hear it, you're like, what the fuck? And then after hearing it for a while, I was just kind of like, you know what? All right, I'll run with it. Chris showed me the idea of the track maybe 2 years ago, and hearing everything, or I should say, when you get a chance to hearing something and the difference between hearing it and actually being able to play it, you understand it in a different way. And just the massive changes from one to the next is really cool to me. And I would say for me live, this is probably one of the hardest songs to play.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Halcyon Failure 3, the search for Duende.
I hate that word.
Song
You
that
need a good
ends the
colon. You
album.
need a healthy colon.
That's insane. I think you said like Poland or something like that.
Well, Halcyon 3 was one of the songs that was written, before I was even in the band. And when I heard the demo, there's right after the sort of quiet introduction, when the song really kicks in, there's a kind of strange beat going on with the drums that I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to pull off, here at practice or in the studio. But Chris sort of walked me through it, and I got it, on point, and it sounded really nice the way it came out.
That bass solo at the end, 2 words, Cliff Burton.
That bass solo was awesome.
It's one of the best solos I've heard.
And
not just because he's in the band, but it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps going down the notes for like 8 years.
Infinity.
It never stops.
I didn't know there were so many notes on a bass guitar.
Yeah.
It's like 10 years later, you're still going. But I think this song, if anyone were to listen to it, if they ask us, what do you sound like? This song, I think, can touch on every single genre.
Yeah.
It leaves out a couple, but for the most part, it can touch on every genre that we can pull off, and we have in this album.